CryoJustin keeps it alive. Turbo wasn't there. Bounces into the corner. Energy still around. Justin is there for the shot. Justin! This is Rocket League!
You know, it's funny how quickly things can change in the gaming world. Feels like just yesterday we were all revving our engines in Rocket League, soaring through the air, scoring unbelievable goals, and celebrating with friends. The thrill of those aerial shots, the roar of the crowd in online matches, it was electric. But here we are now, standing at the edge of what was once a vibrant community, and it's hard to ignore the silence. It's a story we've seen before. A game burst onto the scene, capturing hearts and minds with its unique blend of gameplay and skill. Players poured in as a result, from casual gamers to esports pros, each finding their niche in this beautifully chaotic arena. Tournaments sprouted up, streams exploded in popularity, and for a time, felt like nothing could stop Rocket League. But then, well, reality set in. The updates became sparse, the new content dried up, and the competitive scene, once thriving, started to dwindle. Players began to drift away, no pun intended, chasing new experiences and leaving behind the rocket-powered cars that they once loved. The community that had once felt so alive began to feel like a ghost town, with fewer matches to queue into and more empty lobbies. So, what happened? Was it the rise of new games, a lack of innovation, or maybe, just maybe, we took for granted the magic that made Rocket League special in the first place? As we reminisce about the glory days, let's explore how a game that once soared so high came crashing down. This isn't just a eulogy for Rocket League, it's a reminder of how quickly the tides can turn in the world of gaming. So buckle up, because this is the story of how Rocket League died. The development of Rocket League started around 2013, when Psyonix wanted to refine their earlier game, supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars. They took lessons from battle cars, small but loyal fanbase, focusing on improving the core mechanics and making the gameplay smoother and more accessible. Psyonix also put more effort into their marketing, launching the game for free on PlayStation Plus, which gave it a massive early boost. Cross-platform play and regular updates with new modes and content kept the game fresh and engaging, while community feedback helped guide its growth. The game has many multiplayer modes. Over time, updates introduced new modes like ice hockey and basketball variants, while core features like rule modifications allowed for endless replayability. Despite its predecessor being a niche game with mixed reviews, Rocket League refined the formula, addressing previous criticisms and incorporating feedback from the fans. Psyonix was mindful of the lack of marketing from the original game, and this time around they embraced social media and promotional efforts. A key factor in its early success was launching a free PlayStation Plus title, which quickly boosted its player base. The improvements in graphics, gameplay, and overall presentation earned the game widespread praise, although some critics pointed out the issues with the physics engine. Nevertheless, Rocket League is often hailed as one of the greatest video games ever made. By early 2018, Rocket League had reached over 10 million sales and had over 40 million players online. It became a staple in the esports world, with professional players competing in tournaments organized by ESL, Major League Gaming, and the Rocket League Championship Series. Its blend of accessible yet skill-based gameplay has kept the fanbase growing, making it a lasting success in both casual and competitive gaming communities. In 2019, Psyonix was acquired by Epic Games, and in 2020, the game went free to play. The Rocket League esports scene has evolved significantly since its beginnings in 2015, when competitive players were drawn to the game's unique combination of soccer and rocket-powered vehicles. The launch of the Rocket League Championship Series in 2016 marked the official start of the campaign's professional scene, providing a structured platform for players to compete at the highest level. The RLCS began with regional competitions in North America and Europe, and as the game grew in popularity, so did the competitive scene, with more regions and larger prize pools being added over time. Early on, Psyonix supported grassroots tournaments and community events, which helped build momentum for a more formal esports structure. As Rocket League gained popularity, esports organizations started forming dedicated teams, and major events like DreamHack, ESL, and Major League Gaming began hosting their own tournaments. These competitions drew significant viewership and cemented Rocket League as a competitive esport. The blend of skill-based mechanics and accessible gameplay meant that both casual and hardcore fans could enjoy watching matches unfold, creating a diverse audience. When the game became free to play in 2020, came an expanded talented pool and greater participation in amateur and professional leagues. The RLCS continued to evolve, expanding into a global competition with additional regions like South America, Oceania, and the Middle East joining into the fold. Each season of the RLCS increased its prize pool, allowing professional players to make careers out of competing in Rocket League. In addition to RLCS, third-party events like the Rocket League Summit and smaller community-driven tournaments kept the competitive spirit alive. The game's simple yet exciting premise, score goals with rocket-powered cars, proved highly watchable, attracting millions of viewers worldwide for major events like the RLCS World Championship. The simplicity of Rocket League is what kept it alive for so long. The core concept, cars playing soccer, is easy to understand and instantly engaging. Whether you're a casual player just jumping in for a quick match, or a seasoned pro mastering aerial hits and precision moves, the game doesn't overwhelm you with complex mechanics. It's easy to learn, hard to master design is what makes it so addictive. There's no clutter, there's no unnecessary distractions, just pure, fast-paced gameplay that rewards skill and creativity. That's what kept it thriving for years, with players always coming back for just one more match. And in a world of overly complex games, Rocket League stands out as a refreshing, simple yet deep experience. Also, Rocket League's abundance of collaborations have been a huge factor in keeping the game alive and relevant for so long. By partnering with major franchises like Fast and Furious, Fortnite, Batman, and even Stranger Things, Psyonix kept the game excited with new themed cars, cosmetics, and events that appeal to a wide range of players. These collaborations not only introduced fun new content, but also brought in new fans from other communities, helping the game reach even wider audiences. Every new collab created a buzz, drawing players back in while keeping things fresh without altering the core gameplay. On top of that, these partnerships help Rocket League stay in the spotlight, crossing over into mainstream pop culture. Collaborations with real-world brands like Nike and Formula One blurred the lines between sports and gaming, attracting attention from both sides. Its introduction of limited-time content tied to popular brands made the game feel like it was constantly evolving, offering new ways to personalize the experience while staying true to its roots. It was one of the core formulas that Rocket League used to increase their community and continue to grow it. And while a lot of good things happened, what we started to see was a shift that led to the slow, quiet death of Rocket League. Since Epic Games acquired Psyonix in 2019, Rocket League has seen some major changes, with certain features being removed or even replaced. One of the biggest changes was the removal of player-to-player trading in December of 2023. This left many longtime fans frustrated, as trading was a core part of the game's community experience, allowing players to exchange rare items and create an in-game economy. The decision seems to align with Epic's approach of focusing on direct purchases rather than player-driven markets. Before this, in December of 2019, Rocket League removed loot boxes, known as crates, replacing them with a blueprint system. This change was meant to bring more transparency into in-game purchases, but not everyone was happy about it. Many players enjoyed the thrill of opening random crates, and the new blueprints felt less rewarding and more expensive. In early 2020, Psyonix made another significant change, by ending support for Rocket League on macOS and Linux platforms. Players on these systems lost access to online multiplayer features, as the technical updates required to keep the game running smoothly were no longer compatible with these operating systems. This move left some players frustrated, as it effectively forced them to switch to another platform if they wanted to continue playing Rocket League. Psyonix also tweaked competitive tournaments and matchmaking formats over the years, phasing out some experimental modes and focusing more on the core modes that define the game. While these changes helped streamline the experience, they also made the game a little less innovative for longtime players. These removals, though intended to modernize and simplify the game, have sparked mixed reactions from the community, especially among those who missed the older features that helped define the Rocket League experience in its early years. With everything being said, in 2024, Rocket League just doesn't hit the same like it used to. There was a time where every match felt fresh, every update brought excitement, and the community was buzzing with trades and new items. Now it's hard to ignore how much Rocket League has changed. The removal of features like player-to-player trading, the switch from loot boxes to the blueprint system, and fewer meaningful updates have all contributed to the game feeling, well, different. Sure, it's still fun at its core, but the magic spark and excitement that once kept us coming back for just one more match feels like it's faded. A lot of the connection players had to the community and the game's charm seem to have been lost. It's not that Rocket League isn't still a great game, it absolutely is. The mechanics are still tight, it remains one of the best pick up and play competitive experiences out there. But it feels like the soul of the game has changed. The focus now seems to be more on monetization and cosmetics, rather than fostering that sense of community excitement that we all felt when it first launched. With Epic Games at the helm, the game has leaned heavily into the free-to-play model, which, while it brought in new players, has also shifted the vibe of the game. It is no longer about mastering aerials or trading your way to that rare item. It's about logging in to complete challenges and shop for the latest cosmetic. Back in the day, every update was a big deal. New modes, cars, events, and it kept things feeling fresh and the community was always buzzing. But now in 2024, we don't see those game-changing updates anymore. The game's formula feels more like it's on autopilot, with smaller seasonal updates rather than the big game-changing innovations we used to see. And honestly, for those of us who have been with Rocket League since the beginning, it's hard not to feel like it's lost a bit of its heart. As someone who started playing the game in late 2016, Rocket League was always the game I kept coming back to because of how simple it was that I could just turn my brain off and just play the game and have fun with friends. Now coming back to the game after a while of me not playing it, it's nothing like it used to be. And it seems that there have been reports by Psyonix that they're not even going to mainly focus on Rocket League in general. At least not for big updates. They're still going to patch the game and do little small updates here and there, but it's not the same as it once was. And that's the biggest thing with Rocket League. I think that it's definitely had a slow but sure death. And I really did love the game when I first played it, and I still play it to this day. But it seems like the once great game that was basically car soccer has faded from existence. But let me know your thoughts below, and definitely let me know if you play Rocket League as well, or if you used to play Rocket League, what you think of the state of the game. It's still a fun game at its core, like I said. There's nothing wrong with the game. It's that they're definitely looking to shift their focus away from it, which is sad because I feel like they should put even more effort into games like Rocket League because they were fun games, but only time will tell. But with that being said, my name's CryoJustin. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell for future notifications, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.